Welcome to our new podcast series. We are going to focus on ideas and tips to improve your Spanish and help you learn faster. Whether you're a beginner or looking to enhance your existing skills, this podcast series will be packed with practical tips, strategies, and insights to make your language learning journey a breeze. We will explore various ways to learn Spanish, especially in the early stages of language learning. We will discuss the different methods, resources, and strategies that can be used to learn Spanish quickly and effectively. We will also discuss the importance of having a good foundation in Spanish before moving on to more advanced topics. So, if you're looking for an easy and efficient way to learn Spanish, this podcast is for you. It is important to point out that learning Spanish in 30 days or other types of quick remedies typically do not work. Learning a language and becoming conversational in a language takes time. You may hear ads or people suggesting that you can learn a language in a much shorter period of time. When you look deeper into their methods, it typically involves learning only a selected amount of information, or it requires a massive amount of time, either of which can cause burnout or cause you to give up, thinking you are going to be able to follow their lead. And are they fluent? Most likely not. It takes much more time. The government has a program that typically teaches new agents a language in record time, typically 6 months, but this is a full-time job. They immerse themselves in the language, that is their only job. Within 6 months, they are conversational and they continue to use that language on a daily basis for their job. These results are not typical. We will not give you false hopes in this series. We will give you practical, useful, shortcuts and tips that will help you avoid pitfalls and mistakes. We will attempt to give you the fastest way to fluency, taking into consideration this is not going to be your full-time job. Many recommendations that we will give you require you dedicating time to this process. Make sure you make Spanish learning a priority in your life if you are serious about learning the language. Everyone learns differently, so develop a habit and stick to it. Reserve blocks of time throughout each day that you will dedicate to your learning. Mix up several different ways of learning. Create a program that works specifically for you. We are going to give you valuable resources and suggestions throughout this podcast series, so listen to them and adapt it into your plan. This will provide a great learning environment for you, without getting burned out or bored. Who wants to study grammar and conjugate verbs all day? Nobody. Believe me. But if you are mixing up your learning journey by listening to music, watching TV shows, taking Spanish classes, reading books in Spanish, having a conversation with Spanish-speaking friends, you are learning, and before you know it, you will be conversational and all of your hard work will have paid off. Throughout this series, we will focus on building a strong foundation in Spanish. We'll explore effective learning methods, essential vocabulary, and the basics of pronunciation. Get ready to lay the groundwork for success. We know that grammar can be intimidating, but we will work in upcoming episodes to break it down to bite-sized pieces and share strategies to help you understand and apply it effortlessly. We will cover verb conjugations, sentence structure, and common grammar pitfalls to avoid. We are going to introduce you to different resources, some free and some paid, that have helped our students in the past. These resources provide interactive lessons, exercises, quizzes, group classes, flashcards, and more. So make sure you stay tuned. This episode is an introduction, so please keep coming back each week, so that you can get a deeper understanding of each of these topics. In this first episode, we are going to talk about various tips you can use to help increase your Spanish learning. This will be an overview of several ideas and tips that students have shared with us over time. We will go into depth in some of these areas, and we will also expand on how you can use them effectively. We will also be talking to other people, native Spanish teachers, classmates, and other professionals, to get their opinion as well. So let's jump right in and talk about listening to Spanish music and podcasts. Listening to Spanish music and podcasts is a great way to learn Spanish easily. Not only will you learn new words and phrases, but you'll get a feel for the rhythm and intonation of the language. There are several different types of music and podcasts to listen to, so you must be able to determine your level of Spanish and take that into account when looking for various types of music and podcasts. If you haven't already, do a search for several free online tests that will test your level of Spanish. If you have had classes in high school or have some familiarity with the language, this might be a good way to figure out your level, so when you start looking for material, you will know where to start. Another effective way is watching Spanish movies and TV shows. Watching Spanish movies and TV shows is a great way to learn Spanish as well. Not only will you learn new words and phrases, but you'll also get to visually see this on the screen. In an upcoming episode, we will give you advice on how to maximize your capabilities to make this method not only fun and entertaining, but very effective. We will introduce different apps and software to help that process along. So whether you are a beginner student or an advanced student, you can use these tools to the best of your ability. The best way to learn a language is through immersion. To immerse yourself in the language. If you are not able to board a plane for Spain or Latin America, the next best thing is to surround yourself with Spanish as much as possible. Try to incorporate it into your daily life. This exposure will help you become familiar with the language and improve your listening skills. Believe me, if you were dropped in a Spanish-speaking country right now, you would have no choice but to learn the language. This mentality is what you need to think about when you are learning. Try to use Spanish as much as possible, not relying on English as a backup. Don't hold on to what is comfortable. Life is all about change. Embrace change and shake up your world a little. If you had no other choice, and you didn't have English as a backup, you would be forced to learn in order to communicate. We all learn from the mistakes we make in life, so make some mistakes. Find opportunities to practice speaking Spanish. I know, for some people, this is the most difficult and often overlooked part of learning a language, but you have to do it. In an upcoming episode, we will share some websites and apps that will help with this process, so no worries. Of course, taking Spanish classes one-on-one with a teacher is always a great resource. We offer free trial Spanish classes with native Spanish teachers, so we encourage you to give that a try as well. You can go to our website for more information. Some websites offer group classes, and this can be an effective tool also. We will talk about them in greater detail and how effective they can be for you in your learning journey. Learning with others who are at the same level can create a supportive environment and provide opportunities for practice and conversation. For those of you who are visual aid people, make flashcards. Create flashcards for vocabulary and verb conjugation. Review them regularly, either physically or using an app. Flashcards can help reinforce your memory and speed up the learning process. Reading is a great and effective tool. Start with simple books or articles written in Spanish. Reading will improve your comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar. Look for material that matches your current proficiency level and gradually move to more complex books as you progress. Utilize language exchange platforms. Connect with native Spanish speakers who want to learn your native language. We will introduce you to websites that offer these services. Find personal motivations, such as traveling to a Spanish-speaking country or connecting with Spanish-speaking friends, to keep yourself engaged and excited about learning. Share your learning journey with friends and family and on your social media. They will help keep you motivated and accountable. Remember, learning a language takes time and practice. Stay patient, persistent, and enjoy the process. We look forward to helping you throughout your Spanish language learning journey. Stay tuned to this podcast series because each week, we will go into greater detail on all of these topics and more.